Hi, welcome to the More Gems show. This is our third anniversary show. I'm Steve Moriarty, your host, and with me tonight are my son Jeff, who's our chat moderator. Hello, Jeffrey.
Hey, Big Steve. Hey, everybody.
And Michael, who produced that AI video of my dream of of a teen.
What's going on, everyone? Hope you enjoyed that little AI snippet.
That was based off of a conversation from our last show.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, so that was, you want to tell them what, about your dream, Steve's dream gems. So he was, as a kid, I don't know when you said it was, but he was younger.
12, 13.
Yeah. He had a dream about these gems, and that was kind of his first introduction into the gem industry, and he kind of carried it on from there. So that was the AI reproduction of that. And then, kind of a neat thing.
Yeah, so neat. It makes me emotional.
Brings them back. It did a pretty good job, AI, using that, you sit there and you type in the prompts that you want it to do, and it's just kind of explaining what I thought. When he told me this story, I was like, oh, okay, that'd be cool. And then I pulled it up, put it in there. So you generate the AI image and then put it into this other program. I think it's called Kyber, and it kind of animates it and puts multiple photos together and runs it all together. So it was kind of fun little thing to put together.
Cool. It's amazing what AI does and
Yeah.
what the future is going to be.
Yes. Hopefully we'll all be still working. And I thought about getting just like an AIU, just putting your image there, and then I can just type in what you want to say, and we can take your voice.
We'll do that sometime. Yeah, maybe next year, fourth anniversary. I'll be AI.
All AI.
Hopefully not for any reason other than we want to do it. But way to carry on your legacy, I guess.
Yeah.
So
It was really cool.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
So this is our 3-year anniversary.
It
Do you
is.
remember the first show? I think I do.
I remember I had technical difficulties as usual. And I think we had maybe a 10-minute late start. I was frantically running around trying to figure out why it wouldn't start. And but we got that one to work. And then, we've been doing it ever since.
Yep. Yeah, it's been great. So
it's been
appreciate all you people that come and watch us. And, hopefully we'll have a good show tonight.
Yeah.
Everything tonight will be things that we've cut in-house, including a couple of stones Michael did on his new machine.
Which I'm going to say, I saw his first one, and I was like, I think I asked if you did it.
Yeah, it's pretty
really
amazing.
Good.
Yeah, he did a great job.
Great job.
And I punished him, making him do an amethyst, which is not easy to polish, and a Portuguese round, which has 161 facets. So it took him a little while, but he did a really great job. I just looked at it again, and pretty amazing quality cutting. Good job, Michael.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm excited. And there's one other one in there in the show too. You can wait to see what that one is. It's pretty cool too.
Yeah, a little different. So
we go into how this works.
I guess one thing I want to mention is business for us in the store is not totally as usual. Today was our first day that we weren't open to the public. We currently have 2 days we're open, which will be Tuesdays and Saturdays. And the purpose is to work more on our online, which has pretty much taken over our business. It's such a high percentage of our business that we found we need to have more time to focus on it. So we're only open to the public 2 days a week. So see how it works, and hopefully everything
gives you guys more time to do, videos and content and cutting more. And then I guess on Tuesdays and Saturdays, if people come in, they'll get to see some brand new stuff that, no one's seen. So
Exactly.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, we are. It was an unusual day today that nobody walking in the door, but I think it'll be to everybody's benefit in the long run. We'll get a lot more done, a lot more new things online, be able to be more creative, and so.
And local customers, I guess, if they do see something they like online, they can just order it. We can ship it, or they can pick it up right on those 2 days.
Yes. Yeah.
So everything's online now. So
yeah, that's the way it's all headed, and we're just following the trend. So, Jeff, you want to explain?
Yeah. So I know a lot of you. Anybody, first of all, been with us since the first show? Post it in the live chat if you have. Otherwise, there's probably a lot of new people here. You're watching on YouTube. If you're on your mobile phone or a desktop, there is a lively chat going on. So I think you just have to log in. And if you have any questions, you can post them in the chat window. A lot of people are happy to answer. We're happy to answer. I can ask Steve. You can also, if you go to MoreGems.com, which is where you can buy all these stones, there's a little chat box there. I'm handling that as well. So you can ask questions there if you don't want to post them publicly. I'm happy to try to get an answer for you. But all throughout the show, we're going to be displaying new stones through the show, and you can go to MoreGems.com, and there's going to be a banner at the top, a huge banner on the homepage that you can click through, and it's going to take you to the whole collection, almost the whole collection of gems that are on the show tonight. And all those gems can be purchased. You can use coupon code DREAM to get 15% off. And you just enter that code at checkout. Now, there's also 5 hidden gems.
Oh.
Yeah, hidden. We do that because we know some of you people sneak in and you buy the gems before we talk about them. So we got some hidden ones that are going to pop up throughout the whole show, which are 25% off. Now, with those, what's a coupon code? Rare 25?
Rare 25. I should have made it like Easter egg or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We got 5 Easter eggs that we'll release throughout the show, and those will be 25% off. Now, if you do like any of the stones that you see in there, I would just buy them because there's a lot of times people are in checkout and somebody beats them to it, and they get disappointed and they try to see if we have other ones. So if you do like something, pick it up. We have many options for purchasing the stones tonight. You can use credit card, you can use PayPal, or we also have financing, I believe up to 12 months or 6 months interest free. So you got quite a few options to purchase tonight. Outside of that,
layaway is also an option, but you'll have to call tomorrow.
That is something we're looking into implementing, a layaway system, possibly for next show. But we'll keep you posted on that. But outside of that, if you like the show, please give us a thumbs up. It's a little thumbs up right below the video. And if you want to be, in the know of when new stones come out, when new videos or next month's show, make sure to subscribe. It's really easy. You can just hit that bell and then you're subscribed. So
I also added the next 2 show dates on there, so that should be on the homepage. So if they did want to get reminders on that, I think they can set a reminder now
for those. So if they go to the YouTube homepage for our channel. Yeah. So if you just click on the More Gems link in the lower left-hand corner, it'll take you to the homepage, and then you can subscribe to those upcoming videos, so you'll be notified.
Did you explain how to get on chat?
On chat? So to see the live chat, I believe you have to log into YouTube. If you're on desktop, it then should show up on the right-hand side. And you just use like your Google account to log into YouTube. And then on mobile, because it's a smaller screen, it may be below it. I'm not exactly sure, but you do have to log in to see there. And then you can chime in. A lot of people already chatting away, and I try to respond to those all through the show. So you can ask lots of questions, and Steve's going to be around we don't just sell gems here. Steve's here to answer and tell stories as well. So he's going to be the little Easter bunny this weekend and give you some good stories.
I see somebody asking if we ship internationally, and
We do. Yeah, we ship to over 200 countries. It is insured. To the U.S., it's all free shipping if you do it the normal shipping route. But international, there's a cost to it. But we do ship pretty quick. So I think most of the time it's like 3 to 5 days. There are some customs costs, of course, and duties and taxes. But we do ship to over 200 countries. Insured. So, all right.
Sweet. Nice job, Jeffrey. Man, that was a mouthful. You're good.
Now your turn.
Okay. One thing to explain. You'll see prices on the site. There's 2 prices, and one of them is our online price, the lesser price typically. The other is the appraised price, and that's based on the Gem Guide. Gem Guide is a market-driven, independent pricing guide where they go to the shows like Tucson and a lot of the international shows and just research pricing, and they put this pricing guide out to the industry. This is generally only available if you're in the business, and it pretty much breaks down many, many gems by quality and size, and gives us an idea of what the wholesale price is. Then they have recommended markups for retail, and that's what the price is based on. So we have that appraised price, our online price, and then the 15% off with the coupon code DREAM. So.
Yeah, and one more thing, just based on a question here. All of the stones tonight that you're going to see, you can purchase them, but we also do custom design. So a lot of times people buy the gems. Sometimes we just hold on to them and design something for them. Or if you want to hold the gem a little bit, we can ship it to you. And if you want to put a design together or work with us, we can put a design together for you. That's almost everything we do.
Mike, you didn't see
so if you have any questions about that, just let us know. But just know that we can make rings, pendants, earrings, pretty much anything your heart desires. So,
okay. All right. Anything else?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
I think I saw a question come through about the coupon code. So all the stones tonight are 15% off, but the hidden gems will be 25% off. And you won't see the hidden gems until they pop up. And once they pop up, Jeffrey's going to make them live on the website, and that's when you can purchase them. But otherwise, every single stone that you see is going to be 15% off with coupon code DREAM.
So it's been an interesting month of cutting. Got quite a bit done, but had probably more issues than I've had ever. You're going to get to those pictures.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was looking for that sheet of paper.
Yeah, it's okay. I had a paper that I went through the Gem Guide and all the stones that they had increased in price, which is a pretty significant amount of stones that have gone up over the last several months. And just the nature of what the business is now, and sales are strong and not much new has been found, so prices are going up accordingly. Maybe next show I'll get around to discussing that a little more in detail. So some of the issues I had this round of cutting, I had more problems than ever. I had in 1 week I had 3 stones that actually fractured on me. It's a rare thing that happens, but it happens on occasion. But I've never had, in one weekend I had 2 stones, which you have those pictures, Mike, of. So this was we talked about rhodonite, and I was going to try and cut a rhodonite for this show. So I got partially through this and just started polishing. And if you look at that big dark area across the middle of the stone, that's what happened. As soon as I started polishing, it just snapped on me. And that's a cleavage plane. I knew that rhodonite was a problem and difficult to cut, and I talked to one of the experts at cutting it, and he kind of told me a little what to do, but, stones like this, you just sometimes have problems with. And, I'm not sure how quick I'll get back to trying it again. I'll probably go ahead and try and finish up this stone, see if I can get through it. But it's kind of frustrating. I'm probably an hour into the stone, and fortunately I didn't get much further before it was the first facet I was trying to polish, and it just, you could literally hear it go. It just a noise that something happened. It's just a telltale sign that a cutter knows, and you just look at it and but it's worse when it's further. And you got the next picture, Mike. This stone, I was all the way through cutting the pavilion, and I was working on the crown of the stone, so I was already into it for 3 hours, and and the same thing happens. It fractures. This doesn't have the cleavage plane like the other stone had, but this did fracture on me, and it was probably on an inclusion that was in the stone. And then I had one other stone that actually went, and I'm just going, really? 3 stones, in the same week? The other stones in the show, it actually probably ended up a better stone. But what would have been a 30-carat stone ended up a 20-carat stone. But the 30-carat would have been a little bit included, and this stone now is clean, so it's a better stone for it. But still, just a lot of time. I probably have 8 hours that week that were non-productive. But it's part of gem cutting. It's what happens occasionally. Hopefully I'm done with that now. I've had my share. So, anything else before I get started here?
I don't think so.
All right.
No.
Okay.
Right, let's get started.
Our first stone up is kind of an unusual tanzanite. This is kind of the color of what an aqua, only typically I could imagine it could be. Definitely a aqua-looking color. There's a little bit of green to the blue. And this stone actually started out as a green stone. I'd hoped it would be an attractive green, but it really didn't show up as well as I'd like. So I heated it to a very low temperature, somewhere around 800 degrees. Typically, you go to 1,000 to 1,100 degrees, and took it out of the oven and kind of liked the color. I don't know what would happen if I heated it further, but I like it like it is. So it's just a pretty and a unique color for tanzanite. This stone weighs 4.99 carat, and later you'll see the other half of this gem. I'd cut the rough in half, and the other half is green, and we'll see if it sells as green. If not, I'll heat it to this color because this is a very pleasing blue color.
This is for the people kind of with the tanzanite. This, I'm not sure if you're answering questions, but it can be worn, rings, pendant, anything, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
We make many, many rings, and I've worn rings, and my wife has rings, and we've sold hundreds of rings. And it's not the hardest stone on the planet, but it's much like garnets and tourmalines, and that similar kind of hardness and toughness range. Over time you may scratch the surface, but they're relatively, well, they're not easy to recut, but they're recuttable with almost minimal loss. So it's just something that's a surface abrasion, which happens to many stones, just depending on how rough you are on it. So,
and one person wanted to ask, with this color, I know that name's been out there for a while, but with this color, would you consider it be called ocean tanzanite?
Probably. Ocean tanzanite typically has green in it, and that's what's making this stone have the color it has. So sure, I don't know specifically what ocean tanzanite is because, every person that says ocean tanzanite, I look at it and it's a different color, but definitely typically has some green in it. So maybe appropriate, but it's just a really attractive looking color and kind of unique. I don't know I've ever really had this color. I think of ocean tanzanite as being more green and blue, not an even saturation of color throughout it, but is that how you see it? Yeah.
Like I've seen them, they call it like peacock tanzanite and
just
ocean
so many different names.
Right. Like, and it's lighter color generally.
Yeah.
But like you said, I've seen it's with the green and blue, and I don't know if it's heated or not, but it's weird. It's just a kind of a generalized term for that.
And later in the show, you'll see an aqua. We have a really deep color aqua that would be Santa Maria color that's reminiscent of this stone. So it does look much like an aquamarine, so really a unique color for tanzanite. So anyway, the appraised price on this is $4,250. $2,700 is our price online. And with the 15 off, it's $2,295. So it's $460 a carat. It's a Barian style emerald cut. The brilliance just came out really, really good. There is it's got a real small inclusion in the corner. I debated whether to recut it, and if it doesn't sell for a while, I'll recut it, take that out, and makes the corners bigger, but still, you have a 4.5 carat stone that's totally clean. But the inclusion's minor. When you set it, it'll prong and it'll be invisible. Or we can cut it. If you want to buy the stone and you want it cut clean, I can cut it clean. Yeah.
So can you, I don't know if you can show it on your hand or anything. Somebody was asking, they had messaged us to see if we could give a size reference. Well,
if I can find it.
But just anyhow that we can reference the size. I don't know what the best way is. It's
I don't either.
A little bit tough, but
At extra time now at the store closed. We can put a mannequin in here.
There we
So,
go.
nice size for a ring, nice size for a pendant. But it really is a unique color. I was real happy with it when I pulled it out of the oven. I thought may have to heat it a little higher, but I go, I like that color. And all these fancy colors have done extremely well for us. Wish we have one or two more fancy colors in this show. All right. Next stone up is a citrine. And Linda, who cuts for us, she cut this stone. This comes from Uruguay, and it's just a really nice orange color.
You got a sale there, Steven.
Yeah, cool.
What do we got, Jeffrey?
We got the one you're looking at.
Oh, the citrine.
Yep.
Okay.
Sold to Charles.
Ah, all right. Yeah,
Cool.
It's a beautiful color. I mean, just, if this were spessartite, it is kind of the color of what we see in spessartite, but the spessartite would be 5,000. I don't know, maybe more. 5 carat 80 spessartite. Yeah, at least $5,000. Yeah.
We haven't seen much of this material lately. I know we haven't gone through it.
It got real tough to get. For a while it was available in quantity, all I needed, and then all of a sudden disappeared. But that's been the nature of this, because when I first got into the business, and we're talking a few years ago, this material was available. It disappeared for probably 20 years before we saw this really orange material come out again. And it came out probably 15 years ago and lasted for 10 years. And now we're just not seeing the material, just very sporadic availability.
And Steve, you want to still show it under the camera? Just,
okay.
Just in case Charles, it was Charles, right?
Yes.
In case Charles watching and wants to see it.
Sorry to, hey, it's sold. Why fool with it? Yeah. Well, find the camera here. Oh,
We lose it.
Why am I having? Oh, is that the issue? Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. Came back.
Yep. There we go. Yeah. Find the right focus. Why am I having issues here? Always have issues. Just really nicely cut. I mean, Linda's really come a long way. You know, her cutting used to only get very good cutting quality. Now she's stepped up into the excellent range, and she's just doing a great job.
You put it where you're comfortable, and then I'll.
Okay,
focus
try
it.
that. That's probably good. Just really brilliant, particularly considering its citrine has a low refractive index, and so you cut it right, put the right angles on it, and you can make a low refractive index stone just very brilliant. And next stone is a tourmaline. And green tourmalines was one of the stones on the list, probably had one of the greatest price increases of any of the gems.
I think James mentioned that earlier about tourmaline. He noticed that went up quite a bit.
Yeah, it's almost shocking the amount that the prices have gone up on particularly greens.
Is that why the appraised price is what it is?
Yes. Yeah. You know, and one stone later, it's amazing what it appraised at. Yeah. And the guide is usually pretty right on. I mean, they're out shopping the shows, and they are pretty accurate. So this is a stone. I've cut this one a few times. There's still an inclusion off to the edge here, why it gets an SI2 rating, and partly why the price is not as high, because this one is 14.20 carats, comes from Mozambique. The appraised price is 88.10, and that's pretty much taking in the clarity into account, which has probably dropped it. Inclusions in a stone can have an effect of being 30 to 50%, and if they're really obvious, it's even more than that. Does affect the price of stones. So this one praises 88.10. Our price online is $24.80 with the 15% off using the coupon code DREAM. It's $21.08 or $148 a carat. You know, the stone completely clean, definitely $300 a carat. You know, this is kind of a blue-green, actually a little more blue than what the camera's showing, but a really nice color. All right. Up next. Hold. The size of it.
Hold it up just to see. Oh. We'll try and give you guys an idea of size the best we can. And if we forget, feel free to write it in the comments, and we'll pick it back up and show you the best we can.
Okay, up next. Oh, and it's a hidden gem.
Hear that, Jeffrey? It's the first hidden gem.
Okay, so everybody, pop me back up there. I'm gonna open it up. So if you have visited our selection of gems, all you got to do is refresh the page, and I'll post the link in the chat, and then the hidden gem should show up, which you got to use rare 25 for 25% off.
And if this stone looks familiar, it has been on a show in the past, but it was on at 15% off. So now it's 25 off. This comes from Pakistan. It's another Barian style cut. The stone weighs 8.55 carats. And it praises $51.30. Our online price $23.90. And I probably don't have the right price figured there. So that's probably 15 off. You put a calculator here? Oh, I got it. Now let's see what this is. 20, 31, 20. So with the 25 off, it's $1,792. So about just a little over $200 a carat. So a nice big peridot, really well cut, beautiful color. And peridot from Pakistan still available, not like it was, but we're still getting some nice material, both in rough and some cut stones. We've got some really nice minty green colors in our stock. I think some of them are online, probably not all of them. And that's something, if there's something you're interested in, we probably have 300 stones that aren't online. Could even be more than that. That's hopefully this time that we have with the store closed, we'll get a lot more online. But if you have particular requests, just call us and we'll let you know what we have. And I have a lot of rough that we can try and cut to suit your needs. So just let us know what you want. And our next stone is Michael's first on his new machine.
There it is in all its glory.
And it is glorious. Just really nice color. This comes from Bahia, Brazil. Which we have many, many to cut. We'll be cutting these for many years. But they really have great color. They're what's been available over the last 20 years. They're probably second only to the Rwanda material that was available for a year. But these are really special colors. They're not heated, which is unusual. Most amethyst that we get is heated to lighten its color. But these are natural color. And if you look close at this, Michael really did a great job. I think he's got a future in this business. We can just find more time for him to sit down and actually cut.
Anybody that picks this up, it's like, the first stone of a future top cutter.
Yes.
He'll even sign it. You'll get a little signature with it. That's your first stone.
Yeah.
It's like proof. Well, you got proof that's in the video too. But
I'll sign the table.
Yeah. But look at the meats. I mean, this is almost competition quality. Could be. I mean,
I don't know about all that.
that looks good,
I mean,
Mike.
look at it.
You gotta give yourself some credit.
Yeah.
That looks really good.
Look at
I
those
appreciate
meats.
that.
Oh, that one's off a little bit.
Don't look too hard.
Yeah. Well, and even mine, when I do a Portuguese cut, my policy has always been polish first, meats second, because the meats have little to do with the ultimate brilliancy of the stone. Yes, you want them to be close, but to get the polish right. And that's what affects meats, because if a stone's not polishing correctly, you have to polish longer on a facet, and it'll screw up the meats. So you either go ahead and recut at least that whole row or more of it if you really want to get the meats right, or you just go, it's close enough. I got the polish right, because the polish is what affects brilliance on a stone. If the polish isn't right, you're just not going to get the light through the stone, and it's going to affect how the brilliance is. So polish first and meat second. If you get lucky that you get through the whole stone and the meats are all near perfect, great. But if a few meats are off a little bit, I have no issue with that. And I've never had a complaint, people saying, oh, your meats were just not perfect. But we do as good as we can with meats, but we get the polish right. Yeah. And this one's really, really well done. Michael did a great job. I think he should probably keep the stone for himself, but he's willing to sell it. So the price on this weighs 7.65 carat. And when you cut an amethyst like this with this quality, you always end up at the high end of amethyst pricing. But it's because you put 6-7 hours into it. And what's your time worth? We typically try and cut larger stones, so it makes your time worthwhile. But even at the high end of amethyst value, you're getting a special stone. And that's why the appraised price doesn't end up a whole lot different than the selling price of the stone. Although this appraises at $918, $535 is the online price, $455 with the 15% off. So you're $59 a carat. And I see we have a sale.
Yes, Michael's first stone.
Oh, I'd hoped it would last. I'd give it to him for Easter. I guess it is his, but
awesome. That's great.
It did go to Eileen.
Oh,
good job.
It was
Thanks,
an honor
Eileen.
for her to
thank you.
to own it.
That's awesome.
But she said, please don't sign the table.
Okay, I won't sign the table.
Don't what?
Don't sign the table. Michael was going to cut.
I wish there was a way we could sign them. I'd like to have all the gems I ever cut signed. I always thought about putting a little dot on something, drilling a little hole someplace inconspicuous. But
It would be cool to do that.
yeah, nice to.
They do that with diamonds with the
You
the
can
certain
laser
numbers or
engrave
something,
them. Yeah. And some color you can laser engrave. I'm not sure if there's any risk with it on a stone like this. It'd be cool if you could.
Yeah, because then it's a Moriarty stone.
Yeah, and maybe you could, increase your fame by people actually knowing where it came from, and so. But we'll remain anonymous.
Make it into a.
Although YouTube has changed that too. They're just having your videos of these stones out there, hopefully forever. Is kind of cool. So.
I mean, how many times do we get a week people asking you to cut stones for them? And it's like, so everybody knows how good of a cutter you are. So it would be good to, this is a Moriarty stone, It's how artists become famous.
Yeah.
Well, after they.
Well, yeah. Without a signature on a painting, who would know who did it?
Yeah.
So. And up next, a really beautiful tanzanite. And this one is natural color. And just an amazing natural color. And it does have a characteristic I don't talk about much, which is red flash.
The red flash.
This does have it. You won't see it listed on my website just because so few have it. And the more you talk about it, people go, oh, I want a stone with red flash. Well, good luck. They just don't occur very often. You can have a top gem color, and they don't exhibit red flash. And and red flash is something I don't totally understand what it is, whether it is from dispersion or, because you can get two stones with the identical color and one exhibits red flash and one doesn't. They're both top gem colors, but you don't see the red flash in it. Red flash usually only occurs in certain lights. You can start to see it in this stone up towards the top, and certain lights will exhibit it more significant than others. But it's just a unique character that just adds to the appeal, particularly to the wearer. He's the one that will see it, and most others, typically in certain lights, it won't show that red flash. And actually we were up in Montana, and the Yogo sapphires that we saw actually exhibited red flash too. And, the gemologist at the store that specializes in it, and they actually mine it, I don't think they even recognized that character. Did he, or didn't think anything of it?
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, he didn't. It seemed like it wasn't selling points or anything to him.
Yeah. Like I don't know if they ever noticed it or not, or but it's something unique. Adds a little bit to the beauty of the stone. So,
Slim Pickens wants to know, when you say natural, he thought natural tanzanite was all brown or gray.
No, some of it comes out of the ground blue. Why? It in general has a unique look to it. It used to be that I could identify the rough just by looking at it. I go, that's natural, because it just looked a little different. But I have seen some heated recently that looked natural, but, even the owner stated it was heated, so it's, there is a lab, the AGL claims they can ID some of them. And some you can look at them with a dichroscope, and you can see that the colors are untreated, because you can still see some of the yellow in them. But a lot of them, it's more green than yellow, that secondary tone. Yeah. But I have a really good supplier, and I can mostly, I trust them 100% as to what's natural and what's not. I've not caught him fibbing about it ever, and I've dealt with him for 45 years. So, it's something you just follow from the mine, and typically I haven't really been fooled yet, to my knowledge. So this one's natural.
Hold it up, just to show ring, pendant.
Whoop.
That red flash in there.
Yeah, it's definitely there in this. So it's a nice size stone. And for its weight, you couldn't be a bigger stone and be fully brilliant. This is cut as shallow as you could possibly cut it and still be at the correct angles. So it gets full brilliance and full size. When you're cutting a tanzanite, you cut whatever's there. You don't waste material to get a nice shallow cut like this. You cut a step cut to make use of extra depth. So what happens, a 9-carat stone, this one measures 12.5 millimeter. You could have a 9-carat stone that measures 10.5 millimeter. So there is a benefit to this size. It just looks bigger. You still get full brilliance and great color. So it really has everything. I'm not sure what the quality rating of this stone was, but I'm sure it's high. It's 993. It's really as high as you get. I've had one that graded 1,000. I think my wife wears it, and maybe I've had two. But that's just a rare thing to hit into these 990s. Yeah. So special stone from any way you look at it. This stone is as good as it can be. So the appraised price, $9,300. Online price, $6,870. With the 15 off, it's $5,840. So $638 a carat. Which I think is competitive with most anything out there that's a fine color. And this one also gives you the benefit of being natural. And natural in many stones is increased its value from 30 to 50%. You look at ruby, sapphire, and emerald, and it is a huge difference. And this gem guide exhibits that. They price unheated stones separate from heated. Those are much easier for the labs to differentiate. So currently tanzanite is not differentiated that way. But as it gets easier for them to ID whether it's treated or not, it will become more significant difference on treated to treated as with other stones. And there's so few untreated stones out there that there's been no incentive for labs to really go after that. All right.
And before we go to this next stone, I just want to remind everybody out there, if you're watching and you're enjoying the show, be sure to hit that like button. It helps us out, and we'd really appreciate it.
Yeah. We need all the help, right, Nancy? My wife's home watching, and, these changes in business with us closing the store 3 out of the 5 days we're open has kind of scared her a little bit.
So, Mom, hit that like button.
And understandable. I look at it as a great opportunity. I see that where the online business is going, and it's going up so fast, I know if we spend more time at it, it will pay off. So, yeah, help us out all you can, and keep me out of trouble. So up next is probably one of the rarest stones tonight. As far as we know, it is non-existent coming out of the mines, and it always has been exceedingly rare. We pretty much, the miners of this gem, maybe 4 years ago, I don't know how long it's been, they were in Tucson.
It's been a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, we went through everything they owned, and just picking out anything, because this material is real tough to judge. Finding a clean stone in this material, it's botryoidal. It's like bubbles is what the rough looks like, and just it's so difficult to judge. Which was good for us, because us spending the time going through this material, we actually found some really good pieces of rough, and I may have another 10 pieces to cut after the 2 stones we showed tonight. Not sure exactly what I have. Sometimes you definitely don't know exactly what you have because you start cutting it and there was exactly nothing in it. It's hard to judge, and you just hope when you cut into it there's something clean inside that's worth cutting.
So,
and
could you explain why this is so rare and why it's such
explain
an
it, Mike?
No, I'm just curious. Yeah, you're.
Well,
for those who don't
know, highlight opal is not rare. Highlight opal comes from Hungary, comes from a few places here in the U.S., comes from a lot of places. And highlight opal fluoresces when you put a UV light on it, as pictured here. But only the highlight opal that came from Zacatecas, Mexico, has daylight fluorescence. So when you wear this in daylight, it will fluoresce green, which is the unique character that makes this material so valuable. One of the most expensive stones we've sold, it was not the most expensive stone, but it was expensive. We cut a 7-carat stone that hit the internet and went viral and actually sold to Japan, or I don't remember where it was, somewhere in Asia. But this characteristic of daylight fluorescing, it goes from near colorless, and wearing it in daylight, it'll take on that green, a really unique green. People call it what's Superman's kryptonite. Yeah, they call it kryptonite because it has that glow to it. And when you put a UV light on it, it just goes crazy. So it's, I don't know, where should I show it? I guess I'll do it here. Whoop. So it just fluoresces, just a bright, vivid green that it really, you can't see it in any other gem. So that's what highlight opal does. It is the daylight fluorescence that is what makes it valuable. 1-carat stones are rare, and as you get bigger, the rarity just jumps. Most stones are not clean. But these 2 gems, I think this one was quite clean, a VS2 clarity, so there's very minor thing in it. But this is generally as clean as it gets, and it doesn't show that botryoidal effect. When you cut a stone that is botryoidal, it has a hazy milkiness that typically shows up, but this stone doesn't have that. This is just really a clean gem, nice big face for its weight, make a great pendant. This is the kind of thing you wear out to the family picnic. You wear it on a sunny day, and this stone's going to be glowing on your neck. There is a slight radioactivity to it. Uranol, right? Is what makes it glow, which is a uranium element, but the amount of radiation is exceedingly low. It's mostly alpha and beta particles, typically non-penetrating. But when we've made these up, we've backed them to keep radiation away from the skin as much as possible. So just know that there's a slight radiation to it. So this stone is highlight opal, 1.64 carat, comes from Zacatecas, Mexico. Praise price $3,075, which you won't find highlight opal in the gem guide. So the appraised price is a little bit my market knowledge. Our price online, $2,475. 15 off is $2,103, and that's $1,282 a carat. But really a cool gem. People love it when we show it, and just a unique glowing green color.
One of the few specimens that I have is a highlight opal. That's really cool. Anybody that comes over and show that to them, it's like they never see anything like it before. So it's a really cool.
And may never see anything like it again.
No,
So this was a mine that was halfway up a hill, and they completely cut the top of the hill off and went through the layer that all the material was from, To our knowledge, there is no more material coming out. Okay, up next, from our travels to Montana. This is a sapphire from Rock Creek. This one will have been heated. Most of the Rock Creek material is heated. Almost all of it, I think. But it is the benefit. Rock Creek produces the finest colors, mainly because they can heat it. There's enough silk in it that they will heat, and it will produce greater color. Most of the material that comes out of El Dorado Bar and the mines along the river are typically more green. They're not capable of heating. That's not entirely true, but the Rock Creek will produce more stones that have the desirable teal color, but it does come from the heating of the stone. Is that off again? So this stone weighs 1.52 carat. Really beautifully cut, if I say so myself.
In it.
Yeah,
Just like,
and it's sometimes a bit of a challenge cutting smaller stones like this, particularly with the amount of facets I put into it. And just a really lively stone. This stone will probably vary by the light it's in. Probably in incandescent, it'll be a little more green, and in daylight, it'll be more blue. And some of them, the change is significant. So this is a 16 mains brilliant pavilion. There you can see the color zoning in the stone, which all sapphires are color zoned. Nice small table, which has been popular with most cutters these days. We think it gives greater brilliance. And a couple rows of step facets. Sometimes I put 3 rows, but this is too small a stone, really, for 3 rows to be effective. And you really couldn't get more brilliance out of it. So Montana has become one of the most popular sapphire areas. Montana sapphire is just the amount of interest in Montana is outstripping its supply, and it has become somewhat difficult to get material. There's a limited production. There's only a few mining areas there, probably 4 actually. There's Yogo and El Dorado Bar, Rock Creek, and there's one other that's not producing much. I'm not sure. I haven't been there, so I've forgotten the name of it. But those are the primary producing areas in Montana. And if you go there, it's very difficult to find anybody with rough willing to sell it because it's just such a marketable stone. And that's why these colors that are unusual have been getting as much as blues from anywhere in the world. The price of Montana is strong. People like the teal colors, like the different colors, which is, just typical of the market these days. People looking or interested in colors that in the past were not that popular, but these days have become remarkably of interest to people. The gray spinels is always the one that blows me away, but these are so much beyond. I mean, these are beautiful gems in my view compared to gray spinel, but gray spinel, I shouldn't knock it because it is remarkably saleable.
Gave me a hard time a
Yeah,
little bit.
Yeah,
a few years. It was quite a few years ago.
You just have one, or you have more than that?
I think there's 2.
2.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I have nothing but respect for gray spinel. But it's been a learned respect. just by the salability. I just realize that I don't know everything and don't know what. Well, I learn, so I've learned. But these colors, these I find beautiful, and the teal-looking color, that mix of blue and green has just become so popular with people.
And this was fun, mining for them, and taking a family trip out there and getting in the RV, and that was a good time.
Yeah. So it's and we don't have to go through customs. We don't have to fly 12 hours someplace or 24 hours. So it's a nice close place, and I'm sure we'll go out there again and give our shot at mining, because Montana is just such a beautiful, beautiful place. This sapphire 152 appraised price $28.88, $21.30 our price online, $18.10 with the 15% off, $1,191 a carat.
Steve, you want to show the size of that one on your hand?
Sure.
Keep in mind, Steve's got a bigger hand, so depending on the size of your hand, the stone could look a little different.
Tell me, am I getting it? Is that showing good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was showing that again for everybody that joined us. Just go to MoreGems.com. You can find all the stones available on the show. Use coupon code DREAM in checkout for 15% off the listed prices. We got credit card, PayPal, financing, or you can call tomorrow for layaway. And if you're enjoying the show, please click that little thumbs up right below the video. And if you want to be notified of our next shows, you just got to click that little bell to be notified, and you'll know all the upcoming shows.
And our next stone is
a hidden gem.
A hidden gem. That's
it's
what
a
I was
hidden
after.
Gem, Jeffrey.
So this is
Jeffrey's
a
gonna work on
Montana
that.
sapphire from the Eldorado bar. So this is natural color, untreated, and a big stone from Montana. 3 carat 87 is a big sapphire. This particular stone has been on a show before, but not at 25 off. So,
And talking about gray spinel, this is almost kind of that
Yeah.
steely color, a little
Yeah.
more blue though too.
Yeah.
Huh?
well, it depends the light you're in. I mean, it can take on, I looked at it close today, and, it can be greenish, it can be a little violetish, and it can be bluish. So it's kind of a chameleon. So just a step cut.
All you got to do is refresh the page where all the gems are, and it should pop up right at the top.
So this stone weighs 3.87 carat. It's natural, untreated. Praise price of $9,070. Online, it's $59.90. 25 off, $44.92, $1,160 a carat. So just a big, big Montana sapphire. If you look close, you can see these will exhibit zoning, or you can see the actual hex of the crystal shape, which occasionally, more often, you can only see part of the hex. But in this stone, if you get the light right, you can see the complete hexagonal shape of the crystal. If you look in the video, you can see it in there. Yeah, you can't typically see it without good, strong lighting on it, but yeah. Can I get this in? Is it in focus?
No,
Right now. Just not meant to. Better. Yeah, nice size stone. And I thought about making this up and putting some blue sapphire and maybe a row of blue sapphire and row of diamond around it, just to, highlight the blue color that's in it. But haven't done it yet. All right, up next.
Before you go up next,
Uh-huh.
again, we just had a question about this, but with all these stones that we're showing, Steve, what's the best process if they want to buy a stone and do like some kind of custom design for it?
Well, you can give us ideas. You can look on More Gems or on Tanzanite Jewelry Design, see if there's styles that you like there. You can send us a picture, give us an idea of what you want to do. Then we'll have my nephew Chris do a computer-aided design, send you those design ideas, and you tweak it as you need. If you like the design, we'll give you a price on it. If you want to go ahead, we'll work on manufacturing the piece. Typically, probably 4 weeks is what it's going to take to put a piece together. Sometimes longer, sometimes quicker. But it's a pretty easy process, and from the computer-aided renders, you get a really good idea what this is going to look like. There won't be much difference from the render to the finished piece. So it's a process that works really, really well. And Chris does a great job of designing. Our future shows, we'll have Chris on here, and we'll work a little more, talking about designs for pieces. So this stone weighs 17.26 carats. So it's a big stone, not too big for a ring, but great pendant. Nice even split on it. It gets good brilliance. I put 4 facets across the back of it. So as it moves, you do get some nice life out of it. And good saturation of color.
And Steve, you want to talk about Ametrine for those who are unfamiliar with this gem, how it's actually a natural gem. It comes out of the earth.
Yep.
Amethyst and citrine.
So Michael has some, on Mineral Mike, Michael has some crystals that are actually Ametrine. These come from Bolivia. It's a source that it's the only source of this material. Other than Russian synthetics, they do manufacture a synthetic that looks like this. But Bolivia has produced this for many, many years. I've always wondered why it was so inexpensive when other bicolor stones are so expensive. This is probably the best value in a bicolor you could buy. And it's just a nice, attractive mix of colors. They do occur naturally like this. There's always been dispute, or there used to be dispute as, they're taking it, they're heating it, they're radiating it, or whatever. But way back when, I had friends that actually went to the mine and they looked at, right in the mine, it's these mixed colors. So we pretty much knew that it occurred naturally like this. Exactly how it happens, not sure. But it is just one of those freaks of nature that only occurs in one location. So make a great pendant or ring, either one. I'd love to see it in a ring, would be cool. And you get this in daylight. It's just really, really a remarkable stone. Ametrine, bicolor quartz. Most citrine, almost all citrine, is enhanced amethyst. It's heated amethyst, and certain sources will heat to a citrine color, including probably the citrine we sold earlier. started out as amethyst and is heated to alter its color to the citrine color. Let's see, did I go through the price on that? I didn't. Stone weighs 17.26 carat, $1,210 is the appraised value. $780 is our price online. 15 off, it's $663, $38 a carat. For a bicolor stone, remarkably inexpensive. And for a single source gem, I still have no understanding of why it's that inexpensive. It's not like there's huge quantities of material and it's a rare characteristic being bicolor, but happy to have it and happy to market it as it is. And up next is the other half of the blue tanzanite earlier. Sure. We did a video that has both stones. This one remained green because I felt it was a pretty stone as it was. And you get this in certain lights and it throws out just all different colors. So this is what this stone potentially will heat to. I do believe that this was cut on a different axis, so it may be a different color than this, but it will go to blue, and if it's around long enough, we'll find out what color it does change to. But these fancy colors have done really well, so we'll give it a shot as it is. And see if we can market this as a green stone. See if we get more colors out of this. And you can see some of the, dispersive colors. I'm not sure whether this is dispersion or whether it's the other colors that are in it. We were talking about the red flash, and I still don't understand what the nature of red flash is. Is it inherent in the gem? Is it how light is dispersed? I do want to talk to GIA about that and just trying to get the answer of, what the nature of that characteristic is. But you can see the different colors in this, and in certain lights, it's pretty dramatic, so that's why this stone remained natural, because I find it just a unique tanzanite. This is all step cut, and I see I put 4 rows into the back of this, which helps on the brilliance a little bit. So it's a deep piece of rough. But yeah, you can see those I don't know if that's dispersion or the trichroic colors. I assume it's probably, I don't know. I don't know what's causing those colors. Combination of both. But just beautifully brilliant stone and unique color for those of you that are collectors of fancy tanzanites, and there are many out there. This tanzanite weighs 7.77 carats. Like I say, it is natural color. Appraised value is $7,777. A lot of sevens in this lucky stone. Our price online maybe should have been, it's $48.60, 15 off, $41.31, so $532 a carat. So pretty stone as it is, but potential to be a pretty blue stone. And I think, the last one I heated to 800, I thought maybe I'd heat it just a little lower, because you always heat them again, see what you get at a lower temperature, see if you can maintain a little more of the green, and start the change and see just what colors you get. And I don't know what happens when you heat this to full temperature. but pretty natural tanzanite. You know, these greens have come out just recently. You know, if you remember show of, was that 2 shows ago, 3 shows ago? We had a lot of greens. Or did they make it to the show?
Oh, yeah, that was,
Yeah.
a couple shows ago. That was a weird pocket that must have came from, because it was, haven't seen anything like that.
Yeah. We didn't see anything in Tucson. You know, I don't know. We probably got this rough in Tucson, but, you know, really didn't see any of those greens. It was a one-time shot, which is so typical of tanzanite, particularly in fancy colors. And up next is an imperial zircon, or some kind of zircon. Imperial is typically more peach, although this has a little peach in it. You know, I pulled this one out of the bag, and I wasn't sure if it was a spessartite or, you know, just what it was. But it is so brilliant. I mean, you can catch this on angles that it is 100% brilliant. It is a Portuguese round, which gives us great brilliance, and it's a zircon, which also has the potential to be one of the most brilliant colored stones. And this is a case where the brilliance is just remarkable in it. You know, really a lovely stone. Weighs 12.47 carats. Zircon's pretty dense material. So it packs a lot of weight for its size. So this one, appraised price $4,115. Our price online is $2,244, and with the 15% off, it is $1,907, $153 a carat. And we'll probably find that my meats are not as good as what Michael's were. Well, they're pretty good. Yeah. But not perfect. But the brilliance is just incredible. You know, this has it over Amethyst for sure. Just the refractive index is 181 compared to 154 for Amethyst, which is a pretty remarkable difference. And that ends up showing in the brilliance of a stone. You know, it's what makes diamonds so spectacular, is a high refractive index. But zircon for colored gems is as high as what we typically cut.
You want to show the size of that one, Steve?
Sure. So great for a ring, you know, and it is a good hard gem. You know, this will hold up well in a ring. Also make a great pendant. Yeah. So. Beautiful stone. I think this one's Mozambique. If I'm not mistaken. Yes, from Mozambique. Looks much like spessartite garnet that comes from Madagascar. Again, the spessartite garnet would be $500-600 a carat compared to $153 a carat. Up next, Santa Maria Aqua. Just remarkably intense color.
Yeah, this one looks crazy. I pulled this one out earlier, and yeah, does have really nice color. The pictures don't quite do it justice. I mean, it looks great, but seeing it in person is really cool.
Not totally clean. Where am I at here? There we go. I don't know if this is going to show it to its... But probably one of the deepest aquas I've ever owned. You know, I was confused between this and the tanzanite. They look remarkably similar. See if I can get a better angle on this. This stone weighs 6.42 carats, comes from Madagascar. Praise value $55.50. Our online price $29.90. $25.42 with the 15% off using coupon code DREAM.
And aqua's a pretty durable stone too, right?
Yeah, aqua's a really hard stone. It's tough, very good toughness and a good hard gem, so it will take a lot of abuse. The stone, although it is included, it will generally face on the hand in a ring. It's going to look eye clean. Although you look close enough, you'll find the inclusions. But a clean stone like this is $1,000 a carat aquamarine, if you can find one. This is just such a unique, deep color.
Thanks for coming in, Drew. It was me. We'll see you next time.
And this one, it's $396 a carat. And up next is another stone we've had on a show before, but not as a hidden gem.
Got a hidden gem, Jeffrey.
Gem.
You working on that?
All right, so
no
hidden gem,
longer
everybody.
hidden?
I'm putting it live. So if you go back to the page on MoreGems.com with all the stones, refresh it, it'll show up right at the top.
So like the last stone, this is another beryl. Morganite, pink beryl, same as emerald, aqua, heliodor, all the same gem. And again, great hardness, really tough gem. And this one just cut beautifully. Another berry and emerald cut. And for morganite, I think this one actually ended up very inexpensive per carat. So it weighs 14.70 carats. Praise value $5,295. Our online price of $2,090 with 15% or 25% off. And is that price right? 20, probably not. I got stuck on 15%. Whew. Yeah, this stone is really cheap. Yeah, somebody should buy this stone because it's cheaper than it should be. A little over 100 a carat. I don't know what that figures out to be, but weighs 1470, maybe 110 a carat. So it ends up $1,567. Yeah, beautiful gem. Mostly pink, not really a peach color morganite, but just really nice pink color. And these are natural that come from Nigeria. Unlike the material out of Mozambique, which is most of the material on the market is from Mozambique. And all that material is irradiated to color. Starts out probably colorless and irradiates to more peach color typically. But this is a nice Nigerian stone. Really inexpensive for morganite. I mean, this is a $200, $250 a carat gem for about $110 a carat. And next gem up. That's a pretty morganite. All right. So this one is another stone cut by Linda.
I got that marked wrong. You told me you weren't
Oh, who cut this one? Oh, maybe I did cut it. I don't know if I'm not sure. One of us cut it. I say she didn't do this kind of step cut crown, but I just had her cut another one like this. So it's possible. We'll have to do a little more research, see who cut this stone. And this is a really nice Umbalite. The color more like the picture than what is shown in the camera. And these colors, for many, many years, they weren't available. They only recently, and there's been a good quantity of it. I've been buying it up because I know it's not going to last. And these colors are just remarkable colors. These Umbalites are the best they've ever been. And in sizes that just haven't been available for probably all time. These Umbalites, before, the Kangala deposit back from the 1990s, produced similar colors, but not just like these. These are just a richer violet color. And they're really special stones. And I bought quite a bit of rough, and I will continue to buy it because I've seen it before where you see stones like this, just like the Mahenges. The Mahenge garnets were around for 5, 6, 7 years, and then they just almost disappeared. There's the point that the material is almost not available. Price jumped dramatically, and I'm sure that'll happen with these too. These are just priced as, for a fine garnet, they're one of the least expensive and such a beautiful, beautiful gem. This color is just compared to any other stone like tourmalines. Tourmalines will bring 500, 600, 700 a carat for a tourmaline that looks like this, which would be rubellite. So these are just really the bargain in the business right now. This Umbalite weighs 5.34 carats. Appraised value $2,136. Our online price of $1,068 with 15 off. It is $908 or $170 a carat. There's just almost no other garnet that you can buy in a top color that's in this price range. Garnets have just gone nuts, and and just surprised that these aren't bringing greater money than they do. But you'll find we'll have these for at least 2-3 years. I bought enough material, and hopefully it'll stay available and I continue stockpiling it, because this is one of those stones that in the future you're going to be glad you own.
And Steve, you want to show that one on your hand there?
Oh, Michael, I just wrapped it up.
I know. There's a couple of stones that looks like in the chat that they want to see.
Okay.
Back in time a little bit too and do a couple more.
Okay. Let me see if I can get that right.
Really have to start doing these for the website probably to help people out too.
Yeah, we'll work on that.
Got more time now.
Yeah.
Focus on that.
We need a mannequin hand. That's an appropriate
mannequin hand and one of those mannequin necks, maybe.
All right. But again, this for its weight. I mean, it's not cut deep, so you get a full size and just a remarkable brilliance to it. Garnet again has a high refractive index. It's a good tough stone, so you just get an extreme brilliance out of this material. So we had a sale.
Yep, somebody agrees with you about the brilliance. So Francesca just purchased that Umbalite.
Oh, cool.
Sweet.
You'll
Thank you,
love
Francesca.
it. Yeah, it's really special material. I know Linda's working on another one, the same cut, probably similar size to this. I'm not sure it's going to cut as clean, but hopefully, we should know in a few days with that stone, or it'll be on the next show. So this is, it really is worth buying this material at this time. It's just one of those that you get it when it's available, you buy as much as you can, and you'll be glad you have it. Okay, next stone, Mike. Oh, what else you need to see?
Yeah. Some morganite, can you put on your finger?
All right. So morganite, for its weight, you get a big look because morganite is not very dense. Oop. Man, okay. Looks pretty pale there, but it's not that pale. It just has a really nice, pleasing pink color. And great brilliance. You know, again, low refractive index, but you put the right cut at the right angles and you just get beautiful brilliance. See if I can make it as a pendant. Yeah. So a good sized pendant or ring. And that's a stone if nobody buys, I'll be happy because it's too cheap. You know, you look for morganites under 200 a carat, good luck. So
The other one, the first peridot we showed.
only showed one peridot, so I know which one that is.
Cocky. Can you show that on your finger as well?
I could.
Ooh.
I get it. Looking at the camera. Am I straight? Okay.
And one more. I'm blaming you, Karen. It's the yellow tanzanite, but I don't think it's yellow. Was it the green one, maybe? Did we have a yellow tanzanite?
Probably. No. Not this show.
And then just four more. No. I think the show has shown us that we need a mannequin hand or something.
Well, I need an assistant.
Yes, because Steve's fingers are pretty big too.
What, was that all?
Yes.
Okay.
For now, let's just
All right. We'll try not to miss the next one. Okay. What's up next is a tourmaline, that unusual color. What did I do with it? Threw it back in the pile. Oh, well, we don't get to see that one. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, this is, I don't know what color to call this. It's golden orange, sunset. Pretty unique color for tourmaline. I can't say I've ever owned a tourmaline this color. You know, this comes out of Congo. Yeah, I think it stopped again, right? There we go. Congo tourmaline, a natural color. You know, most of the Congo is natural. They just come out of the ground lighter color. You know, getting depth of color is what's more difficult. You know, most tourmalines that come out of other sources in the world, they're just too dark and they need to be heated to lighten them up. But generally not true of the Congo material. So this is a unique golden orange. I'm not sure what color to call this.
Strange color for tourmaline, huh?
Yes. You know, as well as yellow. Yellow and orange are not common. Although we've had some fabulous yellows. You know, just for us, this is a first in tourmaline, this particular color. If I get it clean. Try that. Yeah, I'm just trying to get the stuff off the surface. because this is a clean gem. And just something unique, and typically when we mount stuff, we say yellows, probably not as good in yellow gold, but not the case with this one. This is intense enough color that look good in either white or yellow. So this particular stone, this tourmaline, comes from Congo, natural color. $25.50 is the appraised price. Online, it's $1,799. 15% off using the coupon code DREAM. It's $255 a carat. So really unique stone from Congo. Kind of a modified emerald cut. Kind of split the facets in the pavilion, and it's a typical step cut crown. Okay. Oh yeah, we need that camera for the next stone. So while Michael's working on the camera, I'll tell you a little bit about this next stone. I talked about the 3 stones that fractured, and the next one up is one of those stones. I had hopes of 30 carat plus stone, and it would have been until I got around to polishing it and just developed a big fracture. Like I said, it probably is a better stone because of it, because now it's completely clean. Whereas before it would have had an inclusion. I was polishing that inclusion, trying to get it out of the surface of the stone, and then just bam, that little tink that you hear when you know something goes wrong. And it happened to this stone, so I had to recut the whole stone. Same shape it would have been, but just smaller.
Are you still on the other one? I'm having some issues here.
Do what?
Okay.
So we're working on the camera.
We need to something a little different.
Come on, that's an expensive camera.
Yeah, I don't know, the setup. It just doesn't want to work with.
Maybe it's the setup E. No. I have to say, Michael's done a remarkable job with putting these shows together. It's a pretty major feat. Yeah, not something I could do, and not something most of us could do, but he is multi-talented. But cameras have given us issues.
Yeah, this one's giving me grief. So, yeah, if you want to continue, I'll...
Can they see this stone?
Yes.
I can't see what I'm talking about, but... So the next stone up is the next tourmaline. It's... There you go. So this is one of those that hits that category of stones that have gone up in price probably the most of any gems. And for a green tourmaline, this is in the finest category. This stone, if it were any greener, it'd have to be a chrome tourmaline. But the color on it's just remarkable. I love how the cut came out, and I know it's good because everybody I show it to just goes gaga. Just a really beautiful color. It'll vary slightly from just like this, like you're seeing here, just a little bit of yellow. And then in certain lights and daylight, it'll go to more of a blue coloration, just slightly blue. Not that I'd call it a blue-green. It's just a top green stone. That's why the appraised value of it is just remarkably high. $26,430 is what the guide says that a top green stone of this size is worth. Our price online is $7,650. And with 15% off, it's $6,503. So it's $319 a carat. And what's remarkable about this stone, it is natural. Natural color. No treatments involved at all. And just completely clean, really brilliant throughout, from tip to tip, side to side. It just has excellent brilliance. And when you see the stone, this camera just doesn't give it everything it's got, because it is, in my opinion, probably the finest green tourmaline I've ever owned. And there is the match to it. It's not going to match in cut, but this particular piece of rough I split in half. So the other stone, which is going to be an oval, probably 15 carats if you need a match set, it's going to have the same color, because it's split right down the middle, and these will be cut table to table, and so it's going to give us the same color, same kind of brilliance, because it's an easier shape that I'm cutting to get fully brilliant. It's a nice rounded oval that, again, like this, will be step cut, so they'd be a beautiful set of gems.
That one's got a little hair on there. Is that included?
It does. Just a little fuzzy. So we had a sale.
Yes, she's watching the show, but she ended up actually purchasing a stone that she found just on our site. So Renee purchased the Barian style emerald cut tanzanite gemstone, 2.25 carat.
Oh, okay, cool.
Thank you, Renee.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Yeah. So it's not something that was on the show.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. She just found something she liked and picked
good.
it up.
Good. And that's available to everybody. We have many, many stones on the sites, and just a lot of great colored stones. And this is just featuring the new ones. And there's a few that haven't sold on the show that are still available, and some of them will still have. The last show is still available at 15 off. Yep. Yeah. So check them all out, and this is just unveiling the new gems that we have, and so where am I going? All right.
And somebody wants to see that.
Oh, this tourmaline on, yeah. So easily I forget. So make a big ring, and it's a fairly deep cut. But great for a pendant. Yeah. And the other stone would be the perfect ring stone. I should have had that piece of rough, but and we'll probably, we didn't picture any of the cutting of this. I'll try and feature it on get some of the pictures of cutting it, and I have pictures of the cutting the rough in half and what the two pieces look like. But this is really a special tourmaline.
Something else in there for you that we missed.
So this is Moriarty mint garnet crystal. It is something. This is clean enough to cut, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty clean.
Yeah. So I'd probably cut 1.5 carats. Moriarty mint, which probably makes sense to cut it. And I would recommend, Michael, if you have it very long, I would sit down and cut this stone, because you're going to get 1.5 carats. If you're lucky, a 2 carat. A 2 carat Moriarty mint is worth more than $1,000.
There you go. Save the crystal.
Save the crystal. Yeah. But it looks like it'd be a good shape to cut too. It is a nice crystal. Yeah, shows the nice crystal cubic habit of garnet. Not a real big crystal, but for a cutting piece of rough.
Yeah,
Shape looks good.
I mean, it would be a cool piece of, if you made it into a piece of jewelry as is as well, I mean, you could put that as a nice ring stone. It does have that kind of a fracture there, though. I don't know if that would affect that.
Yeah, affect its weight, maybe. So maybe we're down to under 2 carat. Yeah, I don't know.
It should be over there.
But it's a good blocky, so you get a decent weight recovery out of it. But it is a special crystal. Look at that little twin off to the side. And it has good crystal shape. So these typically are available on Mineral Mike. You'll see a full range of crystals. Do I have that piece?
Yeah, I should have that one.
Really?
Maybe I didn't pull it out. I don't think I pulled it out.
Yeah, I don't see it here. All right. So
If anybody wants to see that one, though, I can go get that. So
yeah, if somebody, we can dig it out and you can take a look at it. But pretty good pictures of it. So. All right. And the next one is a Trilliant tanzanite and a special one. Let's see. So this one, the color is just remarkable. It is heated, but what a color. This will display a nice color change. I don't know how blue this one is. I looked at it today, but another one, you get full size to it. No extra depth in the stone. I don't have the specifics on it. But anyway, weighs 620. The rating on the stone, do we have that? It is a 980. And the 980, this probably would be a near perfect stone, but it's VS2 clarity, meaning there's something slight in it. And other than the clarity, it's a perfect stone. Cutting is 1,000. The color is 1,000. It's the clarity. As a VS2 in my rating, it knocks it down to 950 from 1,000. And that's what takes this down to a 983. Otherwise, it's a near perfect stone. Just remarkable color. And if I'm not mistaken, this has red flash also. I should have had better notes on this, but just a really, really special stone. Nice, interesting Trilliant style. I think it's brilliant back. Yeah, fully brilliant cut back. And step cut crown. Just the brilliance is remarkable. The color is just to die for. And again, that full size, that because there's no extra depth to it, you get a large size for a 6 carat. So this tanzanite, 6 carat 20, appraised value of $74.40. Our online price for $43.40. With 15 off, it's $36.89, which is $595 a carat. And like I said, this color is special. It is very remarkable stone, and I'm sure it has red flash too. I think the 3 stones that are on here had red flash in them.
And for those who had just joined in or weren't aware, tonight we're featuring all stones that were cut in-house. So everything you see has been cut by us, which is why a lot of them have this great brilliance and really nice sharp facets to them.
Typically we're usually about half the stones in a show are cut in shop, just finding the time to do it. But for the anniversary show, we just felt the need to just highlight things that we do ourselves.
So if you like what you're seeing, go ahead and click that like button, thumbs up. It'll help us out, and we really appreciate it.
So our next stone is another sapphire. This one comes from Kenya. And it's, again, that teal color, very reminiscent of what's from Montana. This one is on the deep color end. Whatever light you're in, it will flash these beautiful colors. Daylight, it shows off best for sure. You get the most life out of it. Just a little on the dark side. But again, even in low lighting situations, you still get that blue-green flash out of it. And for a big stone, a sapphire 2 carat 88, it is a pretty reasonable stone. So this one weighs 288 from Kenya. Likely heated. I don't have the specifically. I don't know for sure, but most likely heated. Appraised price of $28.80. $17.90 is the price online. 15 off takes it to $15.21. So for almost 3 carat sapphire, it's $528 a carat. You can see the blue-green in it. And again, typically probably going to show more blue in daylight, a little more greenish in incandescent light.
Yeah, this one's pretty cool. I liked it because it is such a really deep color that when you get those flashes like that, I think it would make a really neat ring, even for, gent's ring or lady's ring. It would be something cool.
Yeah, and this is low light where it's at, and so you're still getting brilliance out of it. Again, I had it in daylight today, and it just, you see it as it's pictured. You get full life throughout the stone. But a nice big stone, again, cut no extra depth to it, so you get a full size out of it. It's almost a 9 by 7 millimeter stone, so pretty big sapphire. And up next is something I've hesitated to show, and it's been a hidden gem because I've owned this stone probably since 2012. I've been wanting to make it up and just haven't done anything with it, and it's just been sitting in the box forever, and just thought, well, it's time to get it out. You know, it's a big gem, weighs 45.58 carat, and just remarkable colors. I mean, every color of the rainbow in big patches of color. You know, this, if it were an Australian stone, it'd be $1,000 a carat. You know, this would be a $45,000 stone. You know, it's top crystal. Whoop. And just every way you turn it, just got different beautiful colors.
It's almost a pattern you don't see too often.
Yeah, it's like a non-pattern. Yeah. But the colors just go in big, broad flashes. You know, greens, blues. Oop, get my thumb out of the way. My big old thumbs. And I know you get some bright yellows in it. There you go. Those reds and just crazy colors. Indigo, violets. You know, I've just been fascinated by this stone. That's why Michael asked me if you really want to put it on the show. Well, maybe it'll get the incentive, and if I can sell it and somebody wants to mount it, I'll finally get it mounted into something. You know, there are some little divots on the back. And if you catch the light, it's hard to see. And you can barely see one of those from the surface, but it's hard to see. But this is an amazing opal. Love to see this mounted. You know, where do you see colors like that in opal? It's crystalline material. Oh, can't hold on to it. It's slick. So it's top crystal, which is typically the most difficult to get the colors to show up in crystalline material, but this one does really, really great job. So this one weighs 45.58 carats, appraised value of $15,750. Our online price, $11,250. The 25 off takes us down to $84.37, or $185 a carat. You know, and really is one of the most spectacular opals on the planet. And it's big. So I'm going to make a remarkable pendant. I suppose you could do a ring, but it'd be a big ring. Pretty spectacular. Yeah, I think this is probably one of the first opals I ever cut. It was at least in the first batch of material that came out. Actually, it wasn't the first batch that came out. This material was found in 2008, and I got into it in 2012.
There was a little bit of a conversation about, well, because some opals you facet. What causes you to decide whether to facet a stone or an opal or make it a cab?
Sometimes, do I have enough time to facet it? Faceted stones sell really well. It just takes a lot more time. You know, if I faceted this stone, it'd probably take me 8 hours. I could cab this stone in under 2 hours, probably. That's part of the decision, but faceting doesn't always work. But on material like this would facet real well. This is kind of the material that facets best. But cabbing for this was the choice. You'd never see the colors like this in a faceted stone. Faceted stones are just kind of unique, and people like it because of that, and it does make them saleable. Which we do have a faceted opal coming up. One that Michael did. Yeah. But this is a really special opal. And this is the cheapest I've ever offered it at. I'm pretty fond of this opal. And rightfully so. I mean, it's just amazing, the colors. Like Michael said, it's just a unique pattern.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't say that I've seen much else like that with that intensive colors and that variation with the violets, and when you get it into daylight, it's crazy too.
Yeah.
It just kind of electrifies it. It
Yeah,
just intensifies all that.
Yeah. Daylight is definitely these opals' best friend. Cloudy situations are not best for this opal, but every other light, other than a cloudy day, this opal is good in every light you look at it in.
Well, even in the cloudy days, sometimes I like that muted look.
Yeah.
The color's not so sharp, and it's just kind of like, just all blends a little bit, but still,
Yeah.
I don't know. I like that.
Yeah, so it's good in all lights, but daylight is definitely, if you want somebody to love these Ethiopian opals, or you get it to daylight, it's pretty remarkable. All right, up next is another opal, I think. Yep. What did we sell?
Something you didn't want to sell.
The morganite.
The morganite went to Martha.
Oh, well. Hey.
got a
I
great
thought
deal on
I
a
thought it
stone.
was cheap when I wrote down the price at 15% off, and then, of course, it's 25 off. So, well. Hey, you got a great buy on a stone, and I'm glad you got it. You deserve it. You've been a good customer, and
New Martha, different Martha.
oh, new Martha.
Yes.
Ah.
Thank you, Martha.
Well, Martha, you deserve it too.
Yes.
We have another Martha.
But
that
you owe
ordered.
us to come back because this was the buy of your life.
Cool. Thank you very much, Martha.
Martha O. We'll start calling you that so we, seeing you more often.
Okay. Next stone is another highlight. I haven't cut these highlights. It's been a long, long time. I cut a 3-carat last year. I still have the 3-carat, but it's not as clean as these stones. These two that I cut for this show are just very clean. This one's a VS, and it's a Portuguese round.
You want to explain for all the newcomers what the highlight opal is?
So highlight opal is special because it's daylight fluorescent. We know of 2 gems that are daylight fluorescent. It's this stone and the fluorites that come from England, which eventually I'll cut some more of those fluorites because they really cut beautiful gems. They're daylight fluorescent. Unfortunately, when I cut them, they're no longer daylight fluorescent. We're going to work on that, see if I can make that happen. But daylight fluorescence is just a really rare character. Like I said on the last highlight, highlight opal is not that rare gem, but daylight fluorescence is the characteristic that makes it rare. So when you go to daylight with this stone, it'll turn a vivid green, as you'll see in this video. So when you wear it out to the family picnic or whatever, you've got a stone that just has this glow to it, like kryptonite. Material came out of Zacatecas, Mexico from 2015 to, I think the mining ended, 2 or 3 years, 4 years. And we literally got the last of the faceted material because we went through everything that the mine owners owned. Every crystal, every little chunk, even we got to the end of it and the guy pulled out the scraps out of a bag. And I think I actually got a carat out of those scraps that we paid nothing for. Yeah. So this is what happens when you get a UV light on it. Just glows like crazy, and you get about half the intensity in daylight. So this is the character that makes this material rare.
And because you're talking about it right now, Dave just picked up that stone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's cool.
Well, it's
Thanks, Dave.
It's special. Over carat stones are very rare. And one cut this well, because if you look at most highlight opals that are cut, they're just horribly cut. This one's cut right. It's clean. It's really got everything going to it for it. It's over a carat, which is important. You know, it increases its value significantly being over a carat, because typically that's a big stone is a carat stone. So it is a special piece, and you'll enjoy it. You know, just if you wear it. Slight radioactivity, as I mentioned before. We don't feel, and nobody that's ever written an article feels that is of any danger to anyone, because the radiation produced is almost all alpha and beta particles, and it's very low, just above background. But there is some radioactivity to it. I take caution when I cut it, because breathing dust is definitely not a good idea. But the radioactivity given off by this stone is minimal. So, but it's what makes it fluorescent. Is the uranium that's in the stone. Yes, thank you, Dave.
Also, I wanted to mention the Martha I said was a new Martha, but she was actually watched the show last month, and she purchased one of the Amylites, cool Amylite pieces.
Good,
so.
good. All right. Okay, up next, a very lovely tourmaline. Kind of a special color that pleases my eye.
Yeah, I like that. There's something about that.
Yeah, it's you know, I like the peach colored ones, but this is even has a little hint of peach to it, but more pink than what I typically think of as my favorite color. But this one just has a glow to it that is special.
I wouldn't call it pink, though.
No.
What it is. I know what it is. 'Cause I used to have a shirt this color.
And what color
Do you
is
know
that?
what it is, Mike?
Yeah, I know. You could.
Jeffrey, it's not pink. It's salmon.
Salmon. Yep. I can't believe you remember that, Michael. That was a long time ago. But yes, that was one of my favorite colored shirts. As soon as I saw this stone, I was like, salmon. Yes.
Yeah.
Bust out that shirt.
I know. You guys should have told me. I would have worn one.
Yeah. So it is just a lovely stone. I mean, you just something about it is just pleasing. Get that white back. And it definitely is pinker than this. What the camera's showing. The photograph online is accurate. It's not as peach as this. Nope. But either color's pretty. But this is a pretty remarkable color. And I think that this is from Congo again. Congo is just producing some great tourmalines for the last 5 or 6 years. Again, unheated. You know, most tourmalines on the market are heated. These are natural. Yep, camera's going to stop. So this one weighs 7.39 carat. I cut it, I think it's an all step cut. Kind of a shield shape. Make a good pendant, and good size for a ring.
Kayla,
Yeah. Well, is it pink orange? Is it orange? Yeah.
Video a little bit.
Yeah,
rather
it
than actual
probably
picture.
would grade Potparaja. Yeah, I've got another sapphire out that I'm hoping grades Potparaja. Potparaja is pink orange to orange pink. And I got to think that's probably what that color is. You know, so we're going to raise the price. It's Potparaja Tourmaline. Thank you.
Paparaja,
Good
like
suggestion.
Tourmaline. Yes.
You know, because in sapphire, Potparaja brings 3 times the price of some other stone that's pink or orange. In sapphire, the Potparaja is the rare color, and it's rare in most gems. You know, so even in tourmaline, I don't see this particular color. I haven't cut this color at all, so this is probably a first for me. You know, just a unique color.
It's got that special glow, kind of like that glow.
Yeah, it just has a glow to it. You're right. You know, that one that was real yellow, that had a glow to it. You know, and tourmaline is known for having a glow to it. Often it's due to, I think, manganese in the crystal. Be interesting to be able to ID these like that piece of equipment. There was a guy in Tucson that had a government piece of equipment that you can occasionally find online. That's a spectrograph, and it'll tell you what minerals are in a substance, which would be cool to know. You know, because manganese, I believe, is what's in Paraíba tourmaline, is what makes it glow. And is it in this stone or that yellow stone we sold that just has that look of glowing to you? Well, let me see. I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. Yeah. But special stone. Praise price $51.70. Our online price $22.20 with 15 off with coupon code DREAM. It is $15.20. Where is it? $1,887 or $255 a carat. I did show it on my hand, didn't I? Yeah. Okay. All right. Up next. Ooh. You talk about tanzanite, man. This one looks like the last tanzanite, kind of. But what's special about this is it is all natural color. This is from a parcel of rough I bought. I'd hesitated on buying it because it was the most expensive tanzanite that I've ever purchased. But the color is just remarkable. This is another stone. This would be the 1000 grading in a natural if it were 100% clean. It's a VS2 clarity. This stone I just recut yesterday. I'd cut it. It was about an 8.5 carat stone, but there was an inclusion in one corner that was eye visible. So I took the time and lost about 1.5 carats, but got a mostly clean stone. You know, the inclusion that was in a corner being eye visible just was kind of driving me nuts because this stone is just too special. And you talk about red flash. This stone, you get full, these long facets flashing just completely red. You know, so this is just a special stone throughout. Yogo tanzanite, okay. I think it's better looking than any Yogo I've ever seen. This blows any Yogo away, you know. The Yogo people are going to hate that.
Oh, tanzanite.
This stone changes color from blue to purple. Just really has everything going for it. You know, the color is perfect in my opinion. The red flash is intense. It's not just a little highlight. It is a dramatic effect in this stone. So everything going for it, and its natural color. Most natural colors just don't hit the top color range. They get close, but this stone is as good as it gets. And like I say, it'll change from blue to purple in different lights. Pretty significant change. Emerald cuts are definitely the most difficult to photograph. Just hard to get them to show their full brilliance and life. But trust me, this is a really, really special stone. I've cut a lot of tanzanites, and few are better, and none are better. I mean, I've had many that were similar, but this is in the top of their class. It's a nice size, big, great ring. It's probably where it should go. You get to look at the color, and you'll see all the different colors and different lights, and you just enjoy wearing it more than you would as a pendant. It's great as a pendant, but a ring is something for the wearer to enjoy more. And this is one of those stones that you want to see as much as possible, in as many different lights as possible. And we have a sale?
Yes, we do. First of all, Amy, I know you wanted to see it on Steve's finger, but it just sold. So Mark purchased the salmon tourmaline.
Okay.
Cool color.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I hope to see more like that. I look at this and, the peach color, the ones that are more brownish has always been my favorites, but I might change my mind if I could get this color more often. This could be my favorite color. It's kind of in the same range. It's just pinker than what my favorite color typically is, but after seeing this could become my new favorite color, salmon.
Salmon.
I don't get to look at it for very long, but it was good while it lasted. Yeah, cool stone. You'll love it.
Thank you.
And coming up next is another rarity, one of those I've never seen.
That's what the Variant style emerald cut tanzanite.
Uh-huh.
Is that next?
Yes.
That was the one that.
She bought.
She bought it. I didn't think it was
so
part
it was
of the
on
show.
the show. Well, I'll give my spiel anyway.
Yeah.
It is the only one I've ever seen like this. Never had one before, never seen one before. And it is natural color. I believe that if we heated this, it's a natural color that on a diamond color scale would be MN. So has a little bit of yellow to it, but faint. It would, M is faint yellow in diamond grading. We talked about it. Sometimes they call it cape color. So just a little bit of yellow to it. But as a natural in tanzanite, if this were heated, it would probably go completely colorless, because yellow is what we heat out of tanzanite. So it could be a colorless stone. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm 99% sure that the yellow that's in this would heat out. Not that it's important. Only if you wanted a completely colorless tanzanite, I think it could become completely colorless. Yeah. But again, a unique stone, never seen it before. It's really a one of a kind for me. And I've seen a lot of tanzanite. So cool gem. I'm surprised she jumped on it so quick. Either she knows about tanzanite or understands the rarity of this.
I didn't even know it was on the show. I was chatting with her.
So that is it, huh?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe she could chat us and explain why she was led to that stone. Do you understand the rarity of it, or, it's unusual that someone would pick that one out right away, I would think, until it was explained or, so.
That was Renee. So thank you again,
Okay.
Renee.
Thanks, Renee.
You know your gems.
Yeah. Why'd you pick that one, Renee? I want to know. It was a good pick because it could be the only one on the planet. Don't know that's true, but in my 40 years, it's the only one I've ever seen. So there's not many around if it's not the only one. All right, up next is another Michael stone. This one, Michael faceted this opal. And it's a very unique piece. Just beautiful colors to it. Has a natural dark base, which helps accent the colors. So it's, I don't know, I probably don't even need the black for this one, do I? So I just did a nice faceting job on it, and you can see the base, this is opal. This is solid opal material. Not exactly sure what makes this base brown, but he managed to cut it and leave it in the material, which takes a little talent to get that right.
For everybody that's kind of joining in, Michael has been, I guess, Steve's apprentice and is learning the skills of the trade. And he cut an amazing amethyst, which was your first stone, which sold earlier in the show. So this is your second one. So if you want to get in on, what's going to be, he's going to be an amazing cutter. If you want to get on some of the first stones he's cut, this is number 2. So would this be good for a ring or a pendant, right?
Oh, yeah. You just have to be careful with it as a ring. I mean, it stands fairly tall and be easy to hit, and but it'd make a spectacular ring.
So which one was tougher, Mike? The amethyst or the opal? I would expect the amethyst to be a little bit tougher, but that's just me.
Yeah, I think it was. I mean, this one was a little bit more challenging because I was in the mindset of cutting around, so I don't know. It just threw me off. It's a different technique of cutting like an emerald cut like this, so I kind of cut away a little bit more material than I should have on it. So it ended up being a smaller gem than it could have, but it was a learning lesson, and I got done what I wanted to because I had this piece of rough for a while. I bought it, I don't know, a year ago or more, and I just kind of put it away because I knew I'd start cutting sometime, and I wanted to do that natural dark base to it just because it kind of makes it have that bluer body color when you look at it. So you don't have to put a backing to it. It's just natural like that. So.
And you hit it perfectly. I mean, it's like you manufactured it like this, like you glued those together.
Right.
It's just such perfect all the way across that faceting.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thanks.
And Tim thought you did a great job as well. So he's from Crown Point. So he picked up your stone, and so you may see it, around town.
Yeah, cool.
Cool. Hey, thanks, Tim. I appreciate it.
Well, you're hitting 100% there, Mike. Yeah, it's a cool gem. Yeah, nice job. I didn't even get to talk about it much, but cool. And up next is another hidden gem, this time a tanzanite. This one I cut, I don't know how long ago. What's the number on it? It's been a while. You know, this one's all blue. You know, if you want a blue tanzanite, this is your stone. I don't know what the percentage is. It's got to be 90%. 80? Well, I think that's incorrect because I looked at it today and that's what it says online. 2080.
Yep.
I think it's definitely 90. Yeah.
Date that.
I mean, it is blue. You know, there's just a vague touch of purple to it. And again, a nice big facing stone, no extra weight in the body in the pavilion of the stone, which is the benefit when you set it. You know, it just looks bigger than it is. Again, a 6.88 carat tanzanite. This could easily be a 9 carat and have the same millimeter size. You know, just really, really brilliant. And as you see it on here, it's just blue. You know, and in any light I took it to today to look at it, it was just blue. And I'm not even sure 90% is high enough, but it looks like a sapphire. This is just sapphire blue, and for those of you looking for that color, this is the right stone. You know, it's
On the collection of gems, if you go to MoreGems.com and you've been on there, just refresh the page, and this one will show up in the second row near the top.
and you don't get those little fuzzies on the stone. Those I'm going to take off before I send it. But clean stone, it's just hard to get them clean. I'm better at it with photography now. I spend more time trying to get it off, but it's hard to get everything off. Oops. That's okay. So this stone weighs 6.88 carat, appraised value of $8,260. Online price $46.90. With the 25 off, it's $35.17. $511 a carat. Yeah, just a beautiful gem for the money. Yeah. Oh no.
My programming messed up.
You're programming?
A few more stones. Yeah.
Is the show over?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
Not as bad as it was for the people that tried to watch our show, 2 times ago?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
That happens.
All right, go back.
All right.
I'm going to show the side of that stone again.
Sure. I'm going to try. So make a great ring because there's no extra depth. It's not going to sit up too high. You're going to get a nice big face out of it. You know, that's a big look even on my finger. Make a good pendant. You know, just really, really lively stone. You know, brilliant style pavilion, step cut crown. You know, just worked really well. And I know there's people out there that want to think tanzanite should be all blue, and this is their stone. You know, if you want a sapphire look for a bargain price, this stone works. You know, because sapphires like this that weigh this kind of weight are in the $30,000 price range. You know, which I had one recently that was, how big was that stone? 5, a little over 5 carat, little over 5 carat, and it was $30,000 stone. So. And up next is a big Marilani mint garnet. So this is one of the few stones that I pulled out a design to use. This is from Long and Steel, which are remarkable cut designers. But I just ran across this and I thought, God, it's the perfect stone for this piece of rough. And it was, because I got really great yield out of it. But that's the cut that this stone is in.
How were you like? You looked at the rough and you saw this and you're like, that is the perfect
you look
cut for it.
You look at the length and the width of the piece of rough. And this had the right length and width. This is 164, and that's what I estimated at. I have a little bit of a keel, which, so the stone doesn't come to it's a keel. It's got a longer, rather than coming right to a point. It just was the shape of the rough. The rough just fit this perfectly. I got really good yield out of it. It just was the right cut. And pear shapes are tough to design for. I have a difficult time creating a design for a pear shape, so I was glad to run across one that just worked perfectly for my stone. I did have to change the index gear because I generally use a 96 index. This takes a 64. But fortunately, with the Ultratech V5 comes with both a 96 and a 64 index. So for the first time, I had to change the index gear on it, which was really easy to do, which is good. I've had machines where it was difficult to get the machine relined up after you change the index gear on it. But the V5 was just very easy to use. And while we're talking about that, here's the V5 back here, and really a remarkable machine. I've cut probably 3/4 of these stones on the V5. I have a different machine at home that I like also, but the V5 is really a quality machine that I highly recommend. Even though you're going to look at the price of the machine, which is over $5,000 right now, if you're thinking about being a cutter, it's a lot of money, but it's so worth the investment into a quality machine, because if you buy a used piece of equipment or some of the cheaper machines out there, you're going to find that you are the one that's going to be challenged. You are the one that's going to have to do the work. Whereas with a machine like this Ultratech V5, it does much of the work for you. It makes life easy. When you get a design like this, they give specifics to the angle. Here 34.9, 37, 43, 44.3 degrees, and on this machine, it digitally reads out those exact measurements for you. So it just makes life easy. So if you have thoughts of being a gem cutter, I recommend this machine. We represent Ultratech, so if you are interested, give me a call and I can talk to you more about this machine. It's just right now the right machine to own. It's one of the few machines that I would recommend that is still manufactured. They've been manufacturing for 55 years. They will be manufacturing for many, many years to come, because they're not only a facet machine company, they produce other scientific equipment. So they're not relying on the faceting machine as their only source of income. And that's been the problem with other manufacturers. There's just not enough faceting machines sold to really support a business completely. So Ultratech doesn't rely on the faceting machine for their entire business. So this is why I recommend them, why I recommend spending the money, get the right machine. And if it's what you want to do, this machine will help you get to be an expert faceter. You've seen what Michael did on his first time on the machine, just cut a beautiful amethyst, just near perfect. And that's the possibility that you have with this machine. So that said, back to this Moriarty mint garnet. Just a beautiful, beautiful stone, big for a mint garnet. A 3 carat plus garnet in this color is quite rare. And this particular cut worked really well. You get a really fine, sparkly brilliance at the tip, and throughout the gem, it's just a very, very lively stone. This gem weighing 3.40 carat, it is a byproduct of the tanzanite mining. This material mostly comes from Moriarty, therefore the name. As they're mining tanzanite, occasionally they hit pockets that have some garnet in it, and that's where we get these stones. Currently, relatively rare to find the garnets at this time. They kind of go in cycles. Available for a short period and then not available at all. SI1 clarity, this does have a couple of small inclusions, one in the culet, but barely visible, and the life of the stone pretty much masks any visibility of the inclusions that are in here. But again, a big face, just no waste as far as depth. You get a full appearance. The stone is almost 13 millimeters long, which in garnet is just a big, big stone. So this appraises $6,800. Our price online $3,550, with 15% off using the coupon code DREAM. It's $3,017 or $887 a carat. And we have a sale.
Yes. The 90% blue tanzanite
Cool.
to Daniel.
All right, Daniel.
That's a cool one.
Yeah,
Thanks, Daniel.
Yeah, you're going to love it.
That's so blue. Like that song. It's blue. Or what's the song? How's it go?
We don't know that song.
What song?
Sing it
People
to us
know
there,
what it
Jeff.
is.
Yeah.
I'm so blue. Yeah, come on. I know people
Come on,
know what
sing
it is.
it. Sing it, Jeff.
I know people know what it is.
What's the I'm so blue?
No, it's not. Blue. It's called blue. And I am so, yeah, it's blue. Somebody in the chat, tell me who sings that song. Somebody knows. Somebody's my age. Come on, we grew up to that song.
Okay. Did I show the size of that? Probably not.
Hell knows it.
What is it?
Well, I'm blue, Dobby dude. Yeah, I didn't sing that. Eiffel 65. Dana, my sister comes through.
All right.
Good job, Dana.
So there's the size of that Moriarty mint garnet. So really great ring size. Okay, moving right along. Another Rock Creek sapphire. And this one is mostly blue. Yeah, there's a little touch of green to it, but when you get the daylight, it's just blue.
That's a nice color.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about as blue as I've cut from Montana. Weighs a carat 34, measures 6.6 millimeter, which is a big millimeter for sapphire. Typically a 1 carat, carat 34, and in most sapphires would measure under 6 millimeter. But again, just no extra depth to it. Brilliant style cut, step cut crown. Much like the last one we looked at, same cut, I think. I just like the brilliance it produces. Did I lose it?
What was that, Jeff?
It's like as that video is going around, like just it's all you kind of mesmerized by the blues in it. It's like ocean waves. It's I don't know. That's a cool color.
Okay. I'm having issues here. And you can see some of the zoning, typically and all this Montana they're all zoned, which, as I mentioned before, all sapphires are zoned. Occasionally you can see that little bit of yellow down in there that does produce a little bit of green out of the stone in certain lights. But this one's mostly blue. Well,
Come on, Steve.
so weighs a carat 34. 2660 is the appraised price on this stone. 1690 is what's online. 1436 with the 15% off using the coupon code DREAM. Comes out to 1072 a carat. Another fine Rock Creek stone. As with all Rock Creek, this one is heated. And I think that was our last stone. Oh, we thought that would take longer. We thought we were going to be here another hour, but 28 stones. We went through them pretty quick.
Less than 3 hours is pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So yeah, I know. If you've got any questions, I mean, we're gonna post them in the chat right now. If you want to see one of the stones on a hand or want us to go over another stone, just ask right now. One question that came in from Amy: the Barian style tanzanite. I think it was Barian. The green blue one.
Tanzanite?
Yes.
Wasn't Barian.
Barian style emerald tanzanite, 4.9.
Oh, 4.9.
This one.
No, one that was earlier in the show.
This one. 4.99.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
She's asking that like she sees like a she likes to see it on the hand, and then she sees like in the pic there's a shadow on one of the corners. Is that just a weird light reflection?
No, there is an inclusion. As I mentioned, it's something I can cut out. It came about from heating it. There was probably a crystal there, and it opened up. So it is something that I could cut out. It would make the corners a little bigger, and you may lose 25 points or something like that, but it would become completely clean. Yeah, there is that inclusion in it. It's something that if I were to mount it, it would disappear. So I kind of left it there, not thinking about recutting it. But, it definitely is there. And it's a reason it's a VS2 clarity and not a VS1 clarity. So.
All right. Can you put it on your hand too?
Yeah. And it is something that if I had more time this month, maybe I would have sat down and actually cut that out of it, just because it's such an easy thing to do. Am I in view? I don't lost my picture.
Yes.
Nope. No, I'm good.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's crooked
Yeah.
a little bit. Well, why can't I get that straight? It's a nice size for a ring.
Yeah. And I know we're done with the stones, so some people are going to bed. But if you could, before you leave, just give us click that little thumbs up below the video. That helps out a lot. And then just make sure to subscribe. You can click the little notify subscribe button, and then you'll know when the next show is, and you'll get a little notification in your email. Can you also, T. Higgs wants to know if you can, that last Montana round that we showed, the blue one, can you put it on your hand as well?
Yep.
Thank you, everybody. Just going to push them to get the mannequin hand.
Is that good? So it's the size of a carat diamond. That's bigger. Yeah, carat diamond's typically 6.3 millimeter. And this one measures 6.6. So.
And Amy, she purchased the barium tanzanite.
Oh, okay.
So awesome, Amy. Thank you.
Cool. Thanks,
yeah,
Amy.
and whatever you want me to do with it. If you want that cut clean, that's not a problem. Just take me a few days.
Yeah.
If you want to look at it like it is, or like I say, it's a set. It's a clean stone. It's right in the corner, and so whatever you'd like to do with it. If you want to look at it and decide what you want to do with it, anytime I'll work on that. And if you want me to go ahead and do it, I can do that. So, but it's really a cool color. Just, yeah. So,
let's see. Wink, wink engagement ring.
There
you go. That'd be a beautiful one.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. James wants to know, I know we talked about this in some previous shows, but I guess we're coming down to the wire here, so we probably have to decide if we're going to Africa this year or not.
Hopefully. I hear there's new disease there. Kills about 90%.
Okay.
I don't know where it's at. As long as it's off in some remote part of the country, I don't have an issue with it, but it's kind of like Ebola. Similar disease. So we'll see how that goes. And hopefully I've been waiting for prices to drop a little bit and keeping track of it, and they haven't. Either I got to bite the bullet and just spend the money and assume it's just an important trip that just going to be expensive, I guess. But we'll be deciding that here soon, hopefully. Have to decide in the next month or two anyway.
Yep.
So we're going somewhere.
All right. Any other questions? Otherwise, toss them in here at the end. Again, if you can give us a thumbs up on the video and subscribe, that'd be great. All the stones tonight, again, they're going to be 15 to 25% off. For how long do we usually do it? Like a few weeks? Till the next show. And the next show is when, Michael?
It'll be the first Wednesday of May.
First Wednesday of May will be the first show. So if you set a notification, you'll get an email about it. If you, again, want to purchase, use the coupon code DREAM on MoreGems.com. We accept credit cards, PayPal. You can do financing up to 6 months, no interest, but I think you can go up to 12 or 18 months actually. And then if you saw anything you like tonight, tomorrow, you can call us if you want to do layaway. Question came in, what prices have you seen dramatically increase or decrease in stones?
Well, I have a complete list of that. Maybe I'll list it. Can we list it on the website or something? I made a list, but we hid it somewhere. And it's significant amount of stones. It's a full page of of gems that have gone up significantly. The green tourmalines were significant. Some of the bigger sapphires, and it's mostly fine qualities that have gone up significantly. But I did spend a lot of time getting that list together, and it's here somewhere.
Is it in your pocket?
No, it was on my desk, but Michael cleaned my desk because I took a nap today, so things disappeared.
It wasn't on your desk.
I had it out for the show.
They're gonna
I made it special.
do a quick look. Probably should do a nice video on that too, which now that we have more time. But I guess while they're looking there, we had a lot of questions about cutting tonight. So Steve did talk about the cutting machine behind him. If you go to MoreGems.com under guides, there is a review on the Ultratech. Yep.
I found it.
Oh, we found it. Okay, he's back.
Just keeping your seat warm there, Steve.
Oh, thanks. So some of the things, tourmalines particularly, fine indicolites, bicolors, blue-greens, chrome, greens, pinks, rubellite, blue zircon, chrysoberyls, alexandrite, blue sapphires in the 2 to 4 carat range, and on enhanced in the 2 to 3 carat with prices up to $10,000 a carat. Pink sapphires from 0.50 to 3 carat, demantoid in the extra fine category, color change garnets, apatites in 1 to 10 carat, aquas 3 to 20 carat, mostly fine, and moonstones 1 to 10 carat. And that was increases just in the last 2 gem guides, which will be the last 4 months. So, all right. Glad I found a list.
Yeah, that was good. Okay. Martha wanted to know, I'm not sure if we can yet. So she wanted to see like maybe an explanation and a stone from the last show again. Can we do Zooms yet? If we wanted to ever do that? Zoom sessions? Okay.
We've done one so far.
Okay, so it's kind of a testing, yeah. Something we're doing now that we're closed more during the week, which we're open, just closed to the public during the week. So if you want to email us, Martha, you can, and we can see about setting up a Zoom if you want to take a look at a stone that was on the last show.
And if anybody has interest in any stone, just ask us, see if we have it, because we have a lot of stones, particularly a lot of stones we bought in Tucson I haven't even looked at yet. We've just been so busy, I just can't get to this stuff. Just let us know what you might have an interest in, and if we don't have it, we can see if we can find it, or I have many, many pieces of rough. Tanzanite, I have a large supply of material that needs to be cut, and so just let us know what you're after, and we'll see if we can find what you need.
Yep.
And mountings, the people that have bought stones, if you have interest in mountings, call and talk to Alice tomorrow, and she'll help you trying to figure out what to do with these stones.
All right. I'm going to call it out one more time, before the show ends. I know there's still people watching. If you could take that split second, just hit that thumbs up. We'd appreciate it so much if you like the show. And you can take it from here, Steve.
All right, folks, remember, shop online at MoreGems.com. We thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and click the bell to get alerts when we go live. Also, check out the video links at the bottom of the stream. That's going to do it for us tonight. I'm Steve Moriarty. Keep on gemming.